For more on the fallout of the Democratic memo, Birmingham Talk Radio host Wade Smith and Atlanta's Robert Patillo. Robert, you're the Democrat here, so you get to answer for Adam Schiff. He says that it's time to get back to work on the Russia investigation. Is that really what people in Atlanta care about? Is that what they want Congress to be working on?
Well, in the macro, no. Outside the fringes on the far left and far right, nobody cares about this. None of my callers care about this. No one at the barbershop cares about this. No one in the supermarket cares about this. But what the stance that most people have is, tell me when something important happens. And so when we keep pushing these fake or these phony ideas of, well, the Nunes memo is going to be a bombshell, Schiff is going to be a bombshell, people aren't concerned about this.
Wade, you agree?
I agree completely. I think this has become a boy that cried wolf situation where we keep hearing this is going to be the biggest release ever, and then it just comes and goes with a whimper.
You guys keep agreeing. We all get to go home pretty soon. This is something perhaps that you guys are not going to agree on. Maybe you will, and that is what's the reporting and sort of the arc of this story coming out of Broward County. You have the school shooting. There was a rush to talk about more gun control, more gun control, more gun control. Then we learn that there were massive law enforcement failures. Take a listen now to the sheriff defending his agency on CNN earlier today.
Are you really not taking any responsibility for the multiple red flags that were brought to the attention of the Broward Sheriff's Office about this shooter?
Jake, I could only take responsibility for what I knew about. I exercised my due diligence. I've given amazing leadership to this agency.
Amazing leadership?
I've worked... Yes, Jake.
Wade, that didn't really sound like taking responsibility for anything.
I'm fed up with that. I'm fed up with hearing about no responsibility being taken by any parties in the situation, and my listeners are too. People that have been talking about this all week, he hasn't taken responsibility as the sheriff. The FBI hasn't taken responsibility for looking into red flags. There's been too much of he said, she said, this is their fault, not our fault. And we need people to start taking responsibility for their actions in this country.
Robert, does the narrative here that is coming out of massive law enforcement failures rather than some magic gun control measure would have stopped this, law enforcement doing their job would have stopped this at multiple levels, does that hurt Democrats in trying to make gun control a marquee issue?
Well, I think first we have to address the fact that when you have this Mayberry, Barney Fife type of sheriff going around saying that he provided excellent leadership, and you've got 17 dead students and a bunch of cowardly sheriffs hiding behind their car, then that's what undermines the entire point. We have to have some form of comprehensive gun control in this country. Now we need to have a national conversation about that and find out exactly what the contours are of that, finding a way to balance individual rights with the interest of public safety. But when you have the public officials basically coming out and saying, I ain't do it, well, then that's not helping anybody.
Wade, I'm guessing you're going to agree on that point. We'll ask you to address Robert's second point. It seems as though Republicans, from the president on down, even you've seen from the NRA, a willingness to at least have a discussion that wasn't even going to be entertained a year ago.
A talk will be had, but this just overlasting gun control must be had. What is gun control? Tell me what you want gun control to be. We'll discuss the points on it, but changing the age on things would not have stopped this shooting. Bump stocks weren't a part of this shooting. They were in Vegas. That might have stopped the Vegas thing. I'm fine with banning bump stocks, but the NRA is not going to go for anything that has ban in the title.
Yeah.
Nothing whatsoever. They don't like that word.
Well, there's a lot of words the NRA doesn't like. Ban may be the beginning of that. Gentlemen, great conversation as always. We'll talk to you soon.